So we have two esteemed and very excellent Stephanies here today. The first Stephanie is running our Neighborhood Watch program, and she will talk about that program.
Well, thank you guys for coming tonight. There's a lot of familiar faces out here. I'm going to make this kind of quick as far as the Neighborhood Watch program. I'm the coordinator. I've been with the city for about 9 years. And the thing about the three things I'm going to talk about tonight is the Neighborhood Watch program, Next Door, and National Night Out. So the Neighborhood Watch program, that's basically working together with the community. It's getting to know your neighbors. That's like the first line. You got to get to know who your neighbors are. And so you know who belongs in your neighborhood, what cars belong in your neighborhood, kids. You can live in an apartment complex, same thing. Just get out, walk around, get to know who. You get that feeling inside of you in your neighborhood. You kind of know those cars or the kids or noises, sounds, people, what makes you feel right or uncomfortable. You're going to make up for your neighborhood. The more you're out walking around, you kind of know that vibe. So that's what you need to do when you're out there and you start getting to know your neighbors, saying hi, acknowledging each other. You start taking care of each other. So it's a partnership. So the more you get to know your neighbors by having a Neighborhood Watch program or going and having getting involved with the block leader program or emergency preparedness, it all just comes back to you guys knowing your neighbors and looking out for each other. So that's basically Neighborhood Watch. It's a partnership with the community and with you guys, kind of taking care of your neighborhood. One of the things I learned tonight was that out of the last 127 burglaries, 17 were Neighborhood Watch communities. So 17 out of 122 is pretty good. So basically crime's opportunity. The more chances crime can occur. So like the deputy said earlier, any house can get burglarized. But the more things that you do to prevent that, or the more opportunities that you take away by using different tools, is going to be a great prevention. So when we have our Neighborhood Watch meetings, basically what you need to do is, if you have one already or you have a Neighborhood Watch leader, just contact me. But if it's something that's new, you can contact me afterwards and we'll talk about it a little bit more. But it's basically come up with a couple dates. Let me know when I'm available. I come out. It's an hour-and-a-half meeting. It's like a PowerPoint presentation. I come to your neighborhood. It can be in a driveway. I've done it in a carport. I've done it in an HOA, a church, parks, someone's house. I'll work with you on that. But the best thing is keeping it in your neighborhood, because the whole point is getting your neighborhood together and getting to know each other. So I'll come out and do that in your neighborhood and establish your Neighborhood Watch group. You get about 80% participation in your neighborhood, and we'll put up street signs. And then when I come out, I also have window placards that you can put in your doors, windows, wherever you want, and I also have handouts. So that's the Neighborhood Watch program. Other thing, Next Door, that's another thing that we have. Next Door is a great social tool. And the whole point of Next Door is just, we get really busy in life. And so it's not always easy to get out to meet all of our neighbors. By establishing a Next Door group, you can use social media to get to know your neighbors. One thing that we have to really get out there is that Next Door is, even though the city supports it and stuff, but we don't micromanage it, we don't control it. We can't see what you're posting in Next Door, either can the sheriff's department. As a city staff, I can post, is anyone here on Next Door? Some of you? So you get the crime summaries that come out, that I put out. Now, if you respond to something the city puts out, I can see that, because that's going to come to me. Even if it's shut down where it's not an open discussion, you can still respond and I will get the information. But that's all I can see. So whatever's happening within your neighborhood, we can't see that. The city has no idea what's being said within your neighborhood, neither does the sheriff's department. So the really big important thing is that if you're seeing something in your next door group that, oh, there's this car, or I heard this kid scream, or there's this whatever's happening, somebody needs to call 911. Otherwise, they're not going to have any idea that that's even happening. Same with the city. Sometimes I'll hear someone say, how come the city's not doing anything? They've been talking about this car or this tree that's going to fall down. Again, they don't see any of that information. So that's just a tool to communicate amongst your neighbors and build a stronger neighborhood. Other thing you can do is when you join Next Door, you can opt out of things. On the lower left corner, there's a help center. You can click on that, and it will walk you through anything. And you can even type in a question or concern you might have in a certain area, and it'll bring you up to a whole bunch of areas that'll help walk you through. So if you want to block things out, if you don't want to get my crime summaries and you don't want anything from the city, you can block out city government stuff, so you won't receive anything. If you join Next Door and it puts you in a big neighborhood and you don't want all those emails, you can block out that. You can join Next Door and it's going to pre-put you in a neighborhood. You can turn around and say, well, I only want my cul-de-sac. And then you can create that small group and not receive anything outside of that. So it's totally whatever you guys want to control. But I just want to reiterate that it is something that we don't see, or the sheriff's department or fire department. So if there is something happening, you still need to call the city or call the sheriff's department, okay? And anything else with that, Nextdoor is really great at getting back to people. Anyone I've talked to that's had a problem and they've sent emails to Nextdoor, they've gotten really quick responses back on situations, okay? The last thing I want to talk about is National Night Out. National Night Out is going to be Tuesday, August 4th. That's a great opportunity, again, we have a kickoff at Target from 4 to 6. They're going to have free hot dogs. The sheriff's office will be there. Fire department will be there. CERT will be there. Laura will be there with the block leader information. Our green program will be represented. Target's going to, like I said, do face painting, free hot dogs, all that. And it's just a 2-hour period, so it's pretty quick. And then the whole point is for everyone to go back into their neighborhoods and do something in their neighborhood. It can be as simple as just turning on your porch lights, go for a little walk, corner to corner. I've had people do ice cream socials. Odd numbers brought ice cream, even numbers brought toppings, and they met in a driveway. We've had people put out a table and do a book exchange. Kids' books here, adults over here. Just something really simple. It's just getting out, getting to know your neighbors, and it's amazing what people have kicked off in their neighborhoods just by doing that one night on National Night Out. So it's really a great opportunity that do something kind of low-key, and again, it's whatever you want to make it that night. But there'll be more stuff on the city website with that information on there. So that's basically it. Now you can move on. So, thank you guys again for coming. Thank you.